Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all, season 2 of For the Love of Jason is back, y'all, and it is already streaming on the AllBLK channel. Download the app, get it on your Roku, wherever you get your apps, check it out, okay? So, new episodes drop every single Thursday. I'm excited because some of the cast members are here in the building today, y'all. I have joining me Trell Woodberry, BJ Britt, Laila Odom, and Kareem Grimes. Y'all know Kareem. He's Preach on All-American. I just love him. Anyway, we're going to hop into today's show and find out what we can expect this season. And if you aren't aware of what the show is about, you'll find that out too. Stay tuned. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Check the Rhymes. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited because I hear that some of y'all are from North Carolina and I'm based in North Carolina. So shout out
to I'm from South Carolina, but I went to college in North Carolina, A&T.
Okay. All right.
There you go. I started at Fayetteville State University and then finished at East Carolina University where I pledged Kappa. You know.
All right, pretty boy. Okay.
And actually, Trell's also a Kappa.
All right. Okay. I'm an AKA. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I saw the colors. I figured as much. Yeah.
So, let's talk about the show. Tell us what, for the people that don't know, tell us what the show is about. We'll start with you, Trell.
For the Love of Jason is about a single male in his 30s trying to pull his life together between his romantic relationships, his friendships, his family, his career. So we just see him go through the struggles, and it's from a Black man's perspective, something we rarely see. So that's what we get to see on this ride with Jason and his friends. Okay, so let's just go around and have everybody talk about your character on the show and that evolution from season 1 to season 2. We'll just start with Laila.
Hi. Well, I'm not from the South, and I'm not. I never pledged anything.
That's okay.
So I play Lacey. I actually know Trell. I've known Trell for quite some time, and the character is loosely based on me. So what better person than me? Me. In the first season, we see that she's a struggling bartender. It takes place in Los Angeles, a very hard city to date in. And when we get to the second season, we see that she has kind of glowed up. We see a change. She has a few more coins. Her hair is done. She has outfits. She has some shoes. She don't have a roommate no more. So we see that, happen. And I think that was a really important aspect of the character of growing up, to see that. You know, sometimes certain shows, people stay 3 seasons broke and not moving forward. So I'm grateful for that. And then we see her like dating and trying to navigate that part of her life. And we see friends from her past come, and then, you know, new friends. So I think season 2 is just a great place to start, like to pick up with mature characters now. Like we saw them in the beginning where they were, and now it's like, okay, now they're here. Like Eric gets married. So it's a few things, but I think the storylines are very, very, very like telltale of what happens in Los Angeles. I'll say that.
Okay. How about you, Kareem? What about your character? Well, I know you get married.
Yeah. So, you know, he's married. He's newly into that new chapter in his life. He's also got a new position as the principal at that school. So he's getting acclimated to that, but also to dealing with marriage. I think we see in this first episode, as far as the father coming in and kind of wanting to kind of pay for everything. And, you know, it's kind of like, in a way, you know, emasculating. Eric's like, yo, listen, I married your daughter. I can be able to provide and things of that nature. So we kind of see a buildup of what's to come in this episode, but also throughout the series of what that's going to look like. Is that going to interfere with his marriage? And so I'm definitely excited and for people to be able to go on this journey and see, you know, what Eric does throughout the season.
Okay, I keep wanting to call you Preach. Just because I just watched that. Yeah. Sorry.
It's all good.
BJ, how about your character?
Well, I mean, I think in season one, you see Brian just living, you know, on the edge, you know, just having a good time. You know, I might be here, you know, for a good time, maybe not necessarily a long time, you know. So at the end of season one, you see him, you know, he and Lacey, you know, they did what they did. And so he's actually coming into season two, trying to clean up his mess. You know, usually he just, you know, lives on the edge, but now in season two, you'll see him just, you know, start to realize that his consequences have actions. So,
okay.
No. What did you hear? Where did I stop? Where did you get cut off?
You pretty much gave like a good overview of him noticing that not noticing, but finding out there's consequences for his actions.
He's frozen again.
Okay. Well, how about Jason Trell?
All right.
Well, the end of season one, you know, we noticed that we found out that Jason was expecting a kid. So we go on this journey of him approaching it head on, and he's pretty much like taking control over his life and in handling the narrative of it. Mm-hmm. So within him trying to stand in, you know, who he is now and taking full force, we see him go through some journeys, and he has a couple of run-ins because it's just like now he's focused on him, and he's usually the peacemaker. Mm-hmm. So we see him and one of his friends, they go through a little spat this season, and you get to see how that turns out. So with Jason, we see a lot of maturity for him this season. He's really like stepping to the plate and standing in it. And then it's a journey. It's an emotional journey for Jason this season, but it just, you know, pretty much show like different stages that we don't necessarily always see a Black man go through.
Mm-hmm. I really love the fact that therapy is a part of the show. Because I always see that, you know, that stigma around therapy, people are like, you know, I don't know. I just got Jesus and that's all I need.
Right.
You know?
Right. And it's like Jesus made a therapist. So it's just kind of like that was important for me to start out all seasons with Jason in therapy and show continuous like progress in the therapy sessions, him opening up, being vulnerable, and changing the stereotype that something has to be like wrong with you to go to therapy.
Right.
And just making sure it's just kind of like, it's a muscle. Like you work out in the gym for your body, you have to work out your mind when you go to a therapist to make sure that you're good. Because the thing is, if you're not right mentally, it's going to start affecting your body as well. So like just to show that and normalize it. So it's just like, it's nothing wrong. You see him go to therapy. It's just part of his routine. And then you even see like, you see Brian and Alicia go to therapy as well this season. So it's just kind of like important to keep pushing that just in the state of mental health today and all the things that's going on in the world. It's just important for people to take care of their mental health and sanity.
Okay. I love that. I know we have like a couple more minutes, so I wanted to make sure I asked this question. What advice would you give to your character this season, and what have you learned from your character? So it's a twofold question here. So I'm gonna start with BJ before he freezes again.
I know, for my internet messes up. I know. For me, I think my character, consequences have actions. Consequences have actions. And I mean, like my character, Brian, I do like to live in the moment and just go, do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, without any, you know, and if something messes up, then I'll figure it out in the moment of how to fix that. So I think I actually took from second season with my character, just, you know, think before moving. Okay.
Okay, that's a good one.
Think before moving, you know, so that's your boy. That's me.
Okay. And yay to the internet holding up.
Oh yeah, I know, right? I'm like, okay.
Kareem, how about you?
Yeah, I think this season, what I've learned from Eric is, you know, definitely communication and being not crossing that line, because I think we see Eric kind of tiptoe that line. But just kind of really holding fast and just kind of really working it out at home before you kind of step outside of that.
Okay. Laila.
Yes. What did I learn from Lacey from last season to this season?
Uh-huh.
I think that would be like, don't dim your light for anybody.
Ooh.
If it makes people uncomfortable when you glow up and when you shine, that's their business. Oh, well.
Mm-hmm.
Women are not like, we're not taught that. We're not taught to like poke our chest out and be proud and move that type of way.
Yeah.
So I think that that's really, really important. And also, I think it's important to like say what you feel and be honest about that. Like, be honest about your feelings. Like, you live once, say it, see what happens, but be honest about it. I think that's the bigger thing.
That makes sense.
Lacey and Brian sounds a lot alike, huh?
They do. They do.
No. Lacey is the shit. Laila is the shit. It's two, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's two different things. But no, it's I just think that like season 2 for her, it's a good way to see her going from like kind of like the rags to riches.
Uh-huh.
And like, let this lady have her glow up, period. Like, let her have it, and she's gonna have it. So just stay tuned and just watch it.
Okay. All right. Trell, what about you?
What I learned from Jason this season was just pretty much take control over your life.
Mm-hmm.
Just, control and do what's best for him, because a lot of times Jason stays in his head and he compartmentalized a lot of stuff, and he's just like over here, but it's just kind of like, no, he needs to focus on all that he has going on. And like he really tries to do that this season, and it's just something I can learn from myself, and it's just kind of like being a little bit more forthcoming.
Well, I love these answers, and I can't wait to see what happens the rest of this season. And, I will be watching every Thursday for the love of Jason on the AllBLK channel network. Everybody knows to get the app, watch it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on Check the Rhymes.
Thank you.
North Carolina. See you later.
I know, right?